we are joined by the greatest person on earth. I'm not just
down.
talking
Hands
about
down.
on the field, but
Hands
off
down.
the field as well. We've got our guy, Hall of Famer Steve Atwater. Steve, what is going on?
Hey, man, it's always a pleasure to be with you, gentlemen.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you guys.
Man.
Yes, sir. Everything's good, man. Everything's good. It'd be better if we were in the Super Bowl, but hey.
Next year.
Next
There
year.
we go.
Next
There
year.
we go.
Is next year our year? Is that what we're thinking, or are we thinking a little bit more long term?
We'll see. We got to see what happens, how everything shakes out with this QB situation.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I think we're headed on the right track, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure right now. We'll see.
Where's it going to shake out? What's quarterback situation going to be, Steve?
If I knew that, hey man, trust me, we'd all be a little bit better off. But no, I have no idea which direction we're going. But I do know that's a huge position and an extremely important position. And if you don't have that squared away, then you don't have a lot of things squared away. Now, obviously, there are other, we had other issues that need to be taken care of. Yeah. I think that we could be a little bit better on that defensive line as well. The connection could be a little stronger between quarterback receiver. But, again, I think a lot of those things hopefully will be squared away by the time we roll around next season.
Yeah, you talk about quarterback, and I definitely feel like it's the most important position, like, on the field. And I feel like a lot of times, for me as a player, I could look at who we had as quarterback and kind of know what we were going to do that year. We hype up what we're going to do throughout the media, but we ultimately know. Did you feel the same way, like, based off the quarterback you had? Did you feel like you would be successful or not as successful as a team?
But I had John Elway every year. So every year we felt like, we were in it. We have a chance to be in it. And now some seasons defensively, we thought we were better than we were. Mm-hmm. And, things happened throughout the year. We're like, man, we're not as good as we thought we were. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, once it got rolling, once Mike Shanahan got there, things started rolling, it was much, much better. And I'm hoping that this team has that same effect with Sean Payton.
Perfect. Steve, what was this week like when you were playing, the week leading up to the Super Bowl? Because what was that, 25 years ago?
Yep, exactly.
Was it anything close to this as a player?
I don't know, because we were in the bubble.
Yeah.
When you're on the team that's playing, a lot of stuff is happening, but, you still got to practice. You still got to watch film. You still got to do the things you have to do, and you get a chance to see a little bit of the city and get a little bit of the culture of the city in that. But it's very small in comparison to everything that's happening during the week.
It's a really good point. Back to your play. If you were to play now at your size, would you still be a safety?
I think so. Hey, I would make myself a safety if I could do it. Yeah, I think, some of the same skills that I had back then, they would apply to today. I probably would have to cover a little bit more, which I wasn't crazy about the covering part of it. But as long as you get pressure, covering is easy.
Exactly.
Todd, how many safeties have you played with that are bigger than you? Like Steve would have been if he was playing with you right now.
No, I don't think many. No, not many at all.
I'm curious. Obviously, Super Bowl week. I mean, Broncos have won 3 Super Bowls.
Yes.
You're on 2 of those teams. Todd, you were on one of those teams.
Yep.
What's the best Broncos Super Bowl champion team ever?
Wow.
Best Super Bowl champion team ever. Well, obviously, I would say the 32, because for me anyway, and for I'm sure all of our teammates, that was the first time it was done.
Yeah.
For the city of Denver, for really the AFC West had been on a drought as well at that time. We'd been 14, 15 years where the NFC had dominated. So everyone in the AFC West, they were pulling for us.
Yep.
Everybody, even the people in our conference, I think the Chiefs and Raiders and Chargers, they may have been pulling for us as well, just because it had been so long since the AFC had been represented. And so when the AFC West got back, we felt like we were not only playing for us, but we were playing for the entire AFC, and of course, Broncos country. So I would say that. Now, talent-wise, these guys they had a monster of a team, and great players, some future Hall of Famers on there. We got a Hall of Famer on there already.
Yeah.
But more to 2 of them on there.
2 of them, yeah. So that's why I would give it to you guys, because I think you guys already have more Hall of Famers at this point.
It's early though.
I think we're still playing, but
Vaughn will get in.
Vaughn will definitely get in.
DeMarcus already in. Yeah.
DeMarcus is in. Peyton's in. But those old school Bronco teams, I think that's what everybody lives off of. That's why this drought that's happening right now is so like foreign to the city of Colorado, is because those guys laid the groundwork. Like you can't beat that.
I'm being blinded right now by the Super Bowl ring.
I know.
Steve, do you ever bring yours out?
I do, but it's like if I have my Super Bowl ring on, and then like Todd puts his ring out. When Todd puts his ring out, I put my ring in my pocket.
How do you choose which one to wear?
My Super Bowl 33 ring, my second one, it fits my finger a little better.
Okay.
My 32, I think I may have picked up a few pounds, and it's a little snug on there. So normally it's 33 that I wear, and it's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit nicer, but the first one means the most to me, though,
Absolutely.
just because it was the first one that we won.
What's it like winning the second one? How different is that? How like obviously you still love it, but
Yeah, it was crazy. The amount of pressure that's on you after you've won the Super Bowl. Everybody's out to get you.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get back at you. And so there was a tremendous amount of pressure on us, but fortunately we stayed fairly healthy. Obviously there were some injuries. I separated my shoulder, I want to say the fourth game of the season, and I missed a game or two, but I was playing hobbled. But, that's what you do. Sometimes you got to do it. But it was, man, an amazing year. Still a bunch of great relationships from that year. Am I off track? What was the question again? I do that all the time. I start talking like, hold up, man. What
No, it's all great stuff, though. Did you notice that pressure with John at all? Because obviously he's a great quarterback. Everybody knows that. He's been to Super Bowls, but it wasn't until those last two seasons that he won those. Was that noticeable that he kind of had that weight on him?
Not really. I think we were so close as a unit. We wanted obviously to win for John. But we had the confidence, man. Come on, Terrell Davis.
Yeah.
He was, and I go back and watch the games. And I'm like, man, bro, nobody can stop Terrell. Nobody could stop him, and he was an amazing part. And then defensively, we were playing well, and special teams wise, we were playing well. And it's so rare that you have all three aspects of the game hitting on all cylinders. You know, Darren Gordon returning punts for touchdowns. And guys blocking for him. And, again, offense, with Rod Smith, Eddie McCaffrey, John, Terrell, all the weapons, offensive line. Yeah, it was amazing. And I'm sure Todd will speak to that as well. Because you've played, how many years did you play? Eight years in the league. How many times did you have it to where the team was the way that it was in 20 when you won the Super Bowl in 2015?
Never again. That was that was the one and only time that we had it like that. And then, even then, I feel like our offense was good, but it wasn't like Peyton's best. I think when you guys were rocking and rolling, you had like the best of TD and the best of Elway. Like you had the best of both sides of the ball.
Yeah,
totally.
Yeah.
Henry, it's your time to get tackled.
Uh-oh.
Not by Steve, though.
Ooh,
so
yes.
You got to get up, my friend.
Oh, man, Alex Singleton.
Enjoy it.
Steve, thank you so much for
man.
rocking and rolling
No,
with us.
absolutely, man. And my man Alex Singleton is coming up next. And I've been just saying this all year long, man. This guy, he's a warrior on the field.
Absolutely.
I was so happy when we brought him in. I looked at some film. I'm like, man, this guy can play some football. He has a nose for the ball. He's getting to the ball every single play, and I'm so glad he's on here. So, hey, man, great being with you guys. God bless.
Thank you, Steve.
Keep doing your
Appreciate
thing.
you, man.
Yes, sir.
You
Always
are
tired.
the
Good to see you.
man.
Nah,
Thank
man,
you,
appreciate
Steve.
you.